first-timer, Clarence, Kehoe. I've been told that if I prepare really well when I get up and speak, I can be moderately entertaining. But coming up and just talking here off the top, I'm setting the bar really low, so don't expect much. Got up at 4 this morning, had my batteries charged, a couple cups of those little coffee shots they gave us. And when you're sitting in a hotel after you run around a little bit, I'm thinking about, okay, what am I going to do? I reread, because I was familiar with the rules already, Mr. Trump, or President-elect Trump's tax proposal. And I started to think, I'm sitting here saying, you know, this isn't like the usual tax proposal that we see at year end. I really have to give this some thought as it relates to my clients as well as my firm and my department. So if you recall from last night, I head up my firm is 350 people. I head up the tax department, which is 120 people. We have a lot of subspecialties within that department. Private client is a huge part of it. Estates and trusts is a big part of it. So we have a lot of different components. And I'm sitting there thinking, I said, well, I have to get some messages out really quickly to my staff people. So again, kind of randomly, so forgive the lack of order, but some of the things that some of the emails I fired off this morning. First, I have a lot of young people just out of college starting with us, as I'm sure law firms, accounting firms do. And as I did, I started with Arthur Anderson back in 1982, and I remembered 3 months into my job, I started reading about this tax simplification stuff. And I called my mom and I said, Mom, what the heck did you tell me to be an accountant for? I said, I'm going to be out of work in another week. And then lo and behold, 30 years later, the code gets bigger and bigger every year, and things get more and more complicated. So the message to my young people was, don't worry, tax simplification doesn't mean you're going to be out of a job. So there's plenty for us to do, and there's going to be plenty of things that we need to think about. However, in a traditional sense, another thing we'll put on is a year-end planning seminar for our professionals and some of our clients. And you try to be more creative than the usual, okay, defer income and accelerate deductions. And you think about current events that happen during the year. Well, thinking about what Mr. Trump is proposing, and there's a very good likelihood, in my opinion, this is going to happen and happen really quickly, defer income isn't the greatest thing if your rates are going to be going down 6 or 7% beginning next year. The abolishment of the NII, net investment income tax. If Obamacare goes, NII is going to go. Even if Obamacare doesn't go, NII might go. We had a client who was selling a business for in excess of $100 million. He was saying, well, gee, I don't know who's going to be elected. Maybe I need to accelerate this transaction into December. Well, maybe not. You're going to save, if you push off until January, and the NII is in fact repealed, you're going to have a 4% savings on your capital gains. That's a very significant thing on a large transaction like that. You got to think about something like that. We were also going to be doing a presentation on the new the discounts for gifts. I know a lot of my law firm friends are running around saying, oh boy, we have to put family limited partnerships in place. We have to take advantage of this very unique opportunity because those discounts that we've done for many, many years are going to be gone. So now I'm scratching my head saying, okay, if you can gift something at a discount, why would I want to do that if I potentially could give something for free next year? So it turns our strategies completely upside down. So I think the point is we really need to think about, even though the proposals aren't going to happen in the next 2 months, but they could happen really quickly thereafter, we really have to think about what that means for us and the actions that we need to take over the next couple months for our clients. Any thoughts or suggestions?
This was impromptu, so thank you to our guest speaker too.